let me explain something about the secret for hydraulic systems. Give me an example of a hydraulic system completely closed in your car or in your boat. Completely closed.
Brake system.
Excuse me?
Brakes.
The brakes. The brake system, you have the pump for the brakes. The pump is, this is the handle for the pump on the brakes, no? And the system is, you need to recover the fluid each 20 days, each 2 months? Never. The brake system is completely closed. What is the meaning of that in terms of hydraulic? When a hydraulic system, when a hydraulic circuit is completely closed. What is the meaning of that? The pressure in any part of the system is closed, is the same. If I apply in the brake pedal 20 pounds, what happened? I transmit 20 pounds. On the brakes, on the pads, is constant. Nice, no? Because the system is completely closed. Don't forget that, because with that principle, we are going to study the Pascal law in the course of hydraulics. With that principle, we are going to understand what happened with the refrigerant in the air conditioning unit internally. With that principle, we are going to study a lot of circuits in the future. The pressure is constant. The pressure is constant. You remember what is the formula for pressure in hydraulic systems?
P is equal to force
divided by area. The force divided by the area. All right? That's the pressure. The unit of the pressure is
Pascal.
psi. This is pounds, and this is square inches. 1 psi is 1 pound applied in 1 square inch. This is 1 psi. That's okay? All right. That's pressure, and this is the formula for pressure. Pay attention. What happened in this example? What happened in this example? Suppose that the pressure of the system in this example is 800 psi. This is a closed system, no guys? Completely closed. I have a question. When the piston is moving in this direction, produce the force number 1. No? Force number 1. When the piston is moving in this direction, produce the force number 2. Yes or not? I have a question. In this particular system, force number 1 is equal to force number 2?
No,
Why not?
because the area changes.
Because this area is bigger than the blue area. You know? The fluid in this direction only make a pressure in this area. The fluid in the other direction apply pressure in that area. Force number 1 will be bigger in comparison with force number 2. Let me try to do the example. Suppose that this area is 5 square inches. Suppose that the diameter of the rod, the diameter of the shaft, is 1 square inch. How much should be the blue area here? 4 square inches. Yes or not? Okay. The pressure, we are going to suppose that this is the area 1 and this is the area 2. How much is the pressure number 1? Equal to force number 1 divided by area number 1. Yes or not? And how much is the pressure number 2? Force number 2 divided by area number 2. Yes or not? However, if you check this, pressure number 1 should be equal to
4,000.
pressure number 2, because the system is The system is closed. Both pressure should be equal. Yes or not? How much is that pressure in this system? 800 psi. Pay attention. What happened in this particular case? 800 psi is equal to the force number 1 divided by the area number 1, 5 square inches. And is equal to the force number 2 divided by the area number 2, 4 square inches. Yes or not? How much is force number 1?
4,000.
Is equal 800 times 5. How much is force number 2? 800 times 4. Which force is big one? Force number 1 is 2400 psi, no? And force number 2 is 4,000, and this one 3,200. What is the meaning of that? That cylinder produce the same force in both directions? No. In your boat, you remember the typical hydraulic system that you have for the garage door, for the pasarela, for the papa. In what of those examples can you use an actuator similar to this one? What is the name of that actuator?
Single.
This is single shaft,
Double thread.
double port. No? Single shaft, double port. Give me an example where you can use that actuator in your boat. For example, to open and close the garage door.
The hatch.
You need big force in one direction and lower force going down, no? I love it, that one, for that purpose. What type of actuator is this? Look,
Double actuator.
double port, excuse me, double shaft, double port, for double action, double port. That's okay? How is internally this cylinder?
It's like 2 cylinders back to back.
That cylinder internally,
Is it 1 cylinder with a plunger in the middle?
look at this, Dr. Garfield. That cylinder is like this internally. You see? What is the meaning of that? Both forces are equal in both directions. Nice. This is perfect for a steering system. What happens if you install the previous actuator in a power steering system? It's soft in one direction and a little hard in the other direction. That's not good. You need that type of cylinder for a steering system. In this particular case, the force will be equal. You enjoy the example?